Hey everybody, Brent Allan, Southern Star Realty with another update on what's going on with the market. So what I'm going to talk about today is bridging the gap. The market has found its new waterline. I predicted, and I think I put it on video in January about talking where the market was going to change, and it did. Happened probably slightly quicker than I was expecting, but there were some reasons for that. But we've definitely found there's now some tipping points of what's happening in the market. Okay, so I'm going to mention some key yardsticks. That's the interest rates, inflation, where that's going to affect capacity, and the what ifs around that, which is the supply and confusion, uncertainty and market condition. There's lots of other yardsticks we can cover off, but these are the main ones I think that are affecting the market as we see it right now. So obviously things are driven on supply and demand. What we are finding is that although offers are dropping, the payment amount of the purchaser isn't. Now that might be a little bit confusing, but what I mean by that is that buyers aren't necessarily making cheeky offers. They are reaching their capacity as far as their payments per week, per month, however they're doing their payments. So what they could afford as a payment each week, they haven't dropped that amount, but the banks have dropped the amount they're allowed to purchase because the interest is taking up so much of that affordability of that payment now. So that's what's affected a lot of this market space and the drop in payment, because obviously those first home buyers are the most affected. We've got lots of people with nice homes, plenty of equity, going into their next home. It's not so hard for them, but they're subject to a house sale of theirs, which is usually a first home buyer. So that's part of it. Supply and confusion. There is a situation now where we have a perceived greater supply of properties just because they're taking longer to sell. That's creating confusion. It's very much like going into a restaurant. You go into a restaurant and it's got a menu of 5 choices compared to one that's got 50 choices. It takes you longer to choose what you're going to eat. It probably would have been the same thing that you're going to choose. There was 5 on the menu compared to 50. It takes you longer to work through it. Same with houses. What we're seeing is a lot of people are getting confused because there's so much. Uncertainty. There is some uncertainty because people are scared of paying too much, etc. Here's the thing, from my financial planning point of view, if you've noticed, the banks are offering longer fixed periods for rates. You noticed last year, I think it dropped down to as little as 2.35% for 12 months. Guess what? Those people are coming out of those fixed rates now, and they are looking at far higher rates as a jump. So those people that are looking at fixing for 5 years, because the banks are offering longer terms now, are recognizing that the market is still going to keep increasing, and they're trying to lock you into it now before it keeps to go up. If you are a buyer hoping that you can get a better deal, good on you. The issue is that if you are tied into a longer interest rate term, the amount that you're going to be paying extra in interest by waiting another 6 months will delineate any savings you've made on the purchase, highly likely. So that covers off the uncertainty part. I'm always saying to people, look, if you're looking at doing it, when's the best time to buy? It's now. Why? Because if you can afford it and it's going to fit your lifestyle, you're going to be living in the home for 5 or 10 years until the next stage of your life changes anyway. The market condition, funnily enough, I still think it's really good. Why? Because we still have buyers that are serious about buying homes coming to open homes. The market condition is soft when there's no one coming to open homes, and we don't have that. So in conclusion, when it comes to bridging the gap, okay, buyers will go to their capacity, but it is the same for vendors. Vendors will go to a capacity of what they are prepared to drop down to and no more. We are seeing more homes being removed from market now. Not every vendor has to sell. They choose to sell in most situations. What we're seeing is buyers are missing out on brilliant homes thinking they'll be smart and sit on their hands, and then the house gets removed from market and they miss out completely. A lot of people have been worried about missing out or paying too much. That market's leveled out. That can't level out much more. Why? Because the vendors will reach their capacity where they will just walk away and not sell. So if you are wanting to buy or sell your home, give us a call. Happy to help you out, talk through more of this and other details which we've got. A sit down, cup of tea, cup of coffee, have a chat. Give me a call, 027 737 8587. Cheers.